Greetings YouTube, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back to another look at an early access game. This time we're taking a look at a title called Stranded Sails: The Cursed Islands for the PlayStation 4. This game is the brainchild of another small indie developer called Lemon Bomb Entertainment. Lemon Bomb have created a unique open world title that mixes the traditional RPG and exploration mechanics from classics like The Legend of Zelda, alongside survival mechanics such as building, crafting, and of course a big focus on farming. The result is a unique adventure allowing players to take to the high seas and build their own island empire. Stranded Sails' story places you in the role of a young adventurer who is the son or daughter of a ship captain. You've left your home behind and have taken to the high seas, serving on your father's crew, with the goal of searching for a better life. Your adventure takes a sudden turn for the worse as a violent storm destroys your ship and strands your crew on the mysterious Cursed Islands. With your father injured in the crash, your crew scattered, and supplies running dangerously low, it's up for you to become a leader, exploring the island along with the surrounding archipelago, as well as finding a way to stay alive. Throughout the campaign you will work toward the final goal, reuniting your crew and building a new ship to return to civilization. The main strength of Stranded Sails is the manner in which the gameplay blends exploration and survival elements. Your initial goal is to explore the surrounding island to locate vital supplies such as food, tools, and building materials. You can also search for members of your crew who will require food and shelter. The members of your crew all have their own unique personalities. They can also assist the player in many ways, such as teaching you vital skills, such as building shelters, crafting items, and assisting you establishing a farm. With many mouths to feed and limited resources, farming is a vital aspect of Stranded Sails. The player can find a variety of seeds scattered across the islands, which can be used to cultivate many different fruits and vegetables. Cooking adds another interesting puzzle mechanic into the game, where players can experiment by combining foods, vegetables, and also fish to discover recipes to sustain yourself and your hungry crew. Cooking food with ingredients that your crew enjoys will provide a food bonus, and their mood will increase. Happy crew members will reward the player with gifts such as items and upgrades for your character that you can use later in the game. Once you've built a small camp for your people and have a steady supply of food, you can begin to explore the wider archipelago. Neighbouring islands can be reached by swimming, with more distant locations being reached by boat. Exploration is a central element to Stranded Sails. The island is populated with a variety of interesting locations. These include abandoned villages, temples, and pirate camps. Exploring these locations will reward the player with scraps of information that piece together the story of the islands, as well as the lore as to why they're called the Cursed Islands. This adds an incentive for the player to continue exploring apart from just finding that next piece of equipment or seeds for your farm. However, the islands are also home to a number of dangerous predators, and you'll need to find or craft weapons to defend yourself. Also, when adventuring, you'll need to monitor your stamina, which steadily depletes over time. In order to restore your stamina, you will need to either eat or sleep. This mechanic encourages the player to make regular trips back to camp in order to tend to your farm and restock your food supplies, as they provide you with the energy that you will need to keep exploring the islands. If you do run out of energy, your character will pass out and be returned to camp, and you may lose some valuable time. While the visuals of Stranded Sails are not the strongest aspect, the simplistic graphics add a sort of charm to the game. The cel-shaded approach is colourful, and it does a fantastic job of animating the island and its inhabitants. The day and night cycle is a novel touch to the game as well. A highlight for me was watching the sun set at the end of a long day of farming. This is supported by the soundtrack, which perfectly matches the settings you will visit during your adventure, with bright cheerful tunes playing to accompany your farming and base building, and dark spooky music for your adventures through underground mines and temples. While I enjoyed my experience playing Stranded Sails, I did find some areas of frustration. Firstly, while the controls for the game were well executed, I found the inability to control the camera to be an annoyance. The combat system in the game felt far too simplistic, and I felt the range of weapons available to the player to be far too small. Also, while the crew members did have some unique personalities, I would have liked them to take a more active role in your adventure, such as accompanying the player on your travels, or giving the player the ability to assign them tasks within the camp. Finally, while the game does allow for some crafting and building, I felt this was underutilised, with only a narrow range of items to craft and structures to build. However, I feel the game's strengths, particularly in the farming and cooking mechanics, along with the diverse range of settings to explore, far outweighed these negatives, and I still enjoyed my experience overall. So, what are my final thoughts regarding this game? Players who are fans of light casual adventures such as Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing, as well as players who enjoyed some of the older NES titles such as The Legend of Zelda, will find this to be a worthy addition to their library. Stranded Sails manages to merge a variety of gaming mechanics such as farming, building and exploration, alongside colourful graphics and a beautiful soundtrack. Despite some missed opportunities, such as an overly simplistic building system, limited camera options and a lack of voice acting, I still enjoyed my time exploring the Cursed Islands, and I believe you will too. Another advantage is that this game is suitable for the whole family, so if you have young children, you may want to pick this up. Stranded Sails is currently available on Steam and on the PlayStation 4, and I would love to hear if you guys have tried it as well. That was it for me. I'm going to play some more Stranded Sails, and I look forward to Lemon Bomb's next game. I hope you enjoyed the video as always, and you'll join me next time when I look at another indie game. Until next time, Skill Incarnate, out.